Establishment of the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI. The Central Bureau of Investigation, commonly known as CBI, has a history that dates back to 1941 when it was originally known as the Special Police Establishment. This agency was created by the Government of India during World War II to look into cases involving bribery and corruption specifically related to the War and Supply Department. The aim was to keep track of any irregularities during this crucial time. After World War II ended, there was still a pressing need for a federal agency to investigate bribery and corruption among central government employees. To address this, the Government of India enacted the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act in 1946. This act transferred control of the Special Police Establishment to the Home Department, and its responsibilities were broadened to include all Indian government departments rather than just those related to the war effort. The CBI was officially established as a distinct entity in 1963 following a resolution by the Ministry of Home Affairs. The earlier Special Police Establishment was merged into the newly formed CBI and became one of its divisions. Over the years, the CBI has been transferred to the Ministry of Personnel as part of its structural evolution. It is important to note that the CBI is not a statutory body, which means it does not have its own separate law. Its authority and operational powers are outlined in the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act, 1946. As the principal investigative agency of the central government, the CBI plays a crucial role in preventing corruption and ensuring integrity in public administration. Additionally, it collaborates with bodies like the Central Vigilance Commission and the Lokpal to maintain high ethical standards. A key distinction to understand is the difference between the CBI and the National Investigation Agency, NIA. The NIA was formed following the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks and is primarily focused on investigating terrorism-related incidents, including funding and other crimes associated with terrorism. In contrast, the CBI's focus is on corruption, economic offences, and serious organized crime, which does not include terrorism. It is also crucial to highlight that the powers of the CBI are limited when it comes to operating within different states. According to the provisions of the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act of 1946, the CBI requires the consent of the respective state government to investigate any cases outside railway areas. This means that the jurisdiction of the CBI extends to different states only if the state government allows it. Relevant constitutional articles and laws. In terms of constitutional provisions, Article 73 of the Indian Constitution allows the executive power of the Union to extend to the enforcement of laws made by Parliament. Within this framework, the CBI's establishment and operations are seen as part of the broader responsibilities of the central government to tackle issues like corruption and serious crimes. By understanding the establishment and functions of the CBI, as well as its limitations, both citizens and public officials can appreciate the agency's role in maintaining lawful conduct within government functions and its importance in upholding the rule of law in India. Motto, mission, and vision of the CBI. The Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, is India's premier investigative agency, established to address various types of public corruption and serious crime. The CBI operates under the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions and supports other law enforcement agencies in India. Let's now break down its motto, mission, and vision in simpler terms. Motto. The motto of the CBI is industry, impartiality, integrity. This means the agency aims to work hard, industry, treat everyone fairly without any bias, impartiality, and maintain a strong moral principle in all their work, integrity. These values help to ensure that the CBI can effectively investigate crimes while building trust within the community. Mission. The mission of the CBI focuses on several key objectives. Firstly, The agency aims to combat crime in an effective and efficient manner. This includes investigating serious offenses such as corruption, economic crimes, terrorism, and organized crime. They also work closely with other law enforcement agencies both in India and abroad to tackle crimes that extend beyond borders. Moreover, the CBI is dedicated to ensuring justice for the common person. This means that they aim to resolve cases in a way that serves the public interest and upholds the rule of law. The agency is also committed to proving that everyone is equal before the law, and that justice is not just a privilege for a few but a right for all. Vision. The vision of the CBI is to be a world-class investigative agency recognized for its professionalism and efficiency in crime fighting. They aspire to earn the trust and confidence of the public, leading to a cooperative relationship where people feel safe to report crimes and participate in the justice process. The CBI aims to enhance its capabilities through training, adopting new techniques, and integrating modern technology in their operations, which is a crucial step in keeping up with the evolving methods of crime. Legal framework. The CBI is guided by the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act of 1946, which provides the framework for its establishment and operational jurisdiction. The agency can investigate various offences under laws such as the Prevention of Corruption Act, the Indian Penal Code, and other specific criminal laws. Article 73 of the Constitution of India provides the government with the power to make laws related to matters enumerated in the concurrent list. Thus, the CBI can work alongside various state and central agencies. Additionally, the CBI's operations are sometimes subject to scrutiny under the Right to Information Act, ensuring that transparency remains a cornerstone of their activities. The agency is also overseen by the Central Vigilance Commission, which ensures that it operates within the guidelines and maintains integrity in its work. In conclusion, the CBI's motto, mission, and vision reflect its commitment to efficient law enforcement based on strong ethical standards. By emphasizing industry, impartiality, and integrity, the agency works tirelessly to uphold justice and combat crime in an ever-changing society. Motto. The motto of the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, is industry, impartiality, and integrity. This means that the CBI aims to work hard, remain fair in its actions, and uphold high ethical standards. Mission. The mission of the CBI is to protect and uphold the Constitution and the laws of India. It does this by thoroughly investigating crimes and successfully prosecuting offenders. The CBI also leads and guides police forces across the country and acts as a crucial agency that enhances cooperation between Indian and international law enforcement bodies. Vision. The CBI envisions a future where it operates with professionalism, transparency, adaptability, and the integration of modern science and technology. This vision is driven by its motto and mission. To achieve this, the CBI focuses on several critical areas. Combating corruption. The CBI is committed to fighting against corruption in public life. This involves investigating and prosecuting economic crimes and violent offences with great care and attention to detail. Effective investigation systems. The agency works towards developing strong systems and procedures that ensure successful investigations and prosecutions in various courts of law. Fighting cybercrime. With the rise of technology, the CBI plays a significant role in dealing with cybercrimes and high-tech offenses, utilizing specialized skills and modern methods. Healthy work environment. The CBI aims to foster a workplace culture that encourages teamwork, open communication, and trust among its employees. Supporting state agencies. The CBI provides support to state police organizations and other law enforcement agencies in India to ensure better collaboration, especially in investigations and inquiries. Addressing organized crime. the agency takes a proactive role in combating both national and international organized crime, working tirelessly to dismantle criminal networks that operate across borders. Human rights and environmental protection. Upholding human rights is a fundamental principle for the CBI. It also engages in efforts to protect the environment, as well as India's rich cultural heritage, including arts and antiques. Promoting scientific and human values, the CBI encourages a scientific approach, humanism, and a spirit of inquiry and reform among its team members, contributing to a progressive and thoughtful organization. Striving for excellence. Finally, the CBI is dedicated to achieving excellence in all aspects of its work, continuously raising the bar for achievement and professionalism. In Indian law, the CBI operates under the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act, 1946. Key constitutional articles that guide its operations include Article 14, Right to Equality, Article 21, Right to Life and Personal Liberty, and Article 32, Right to Constitutional Remedies. These articles ensure that the CBI functions within the framework of the Constitution, protecting citizens' rights while carrying out its duties. Through its various roles and responsibilities, the CBI aims to be a pivotal force in maintaining law and order in India, promoting justice, and upholding the principles enshrined in the Constitution. Composition of the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI. The Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, is a crucial agency in India that investigates various serious crimes, including corruption and economic offences. At the top of the CBI's hierarchy is the Director, who leads the organization. The Director is supported by several deputy directors, such as special directors and additional directors. The CBI also employs numerous officers at various ranks, including joint directors, deputy inspector generals, and superintendents of police. In addition, forensic scientists and legal officers play essential roles in assisting investigations. The Director of the CBI also acts as the Inspector General of Police for the Delhi Special Police Establishment. This position means that the Director is responsible for overseeing the administration and operations of the CBI. According to the Central Vigilance Commission, CVC, Act of 2003, the central government controls the CBI except when dealing with cases related to the Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988. In those instances, the CVC takes charge of the CBI's investigations. The Lokpal and Lokayuktas Act of 2013 introduced significant amendments to the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act of 1946, affecting how the CBI is managed and organized. The following key changes were made with respect to the CBI's composition. The appointment of the CBI Director is now the responsibility of the central government, based on recommendations from a 3-member committee. This committee includes the Prime Minister, who is the chairperson, the leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, and the Chief Justice of India or a judge of the Supreme Court designated by the Chief Justice. The law established a Directorate of Prosecution, which is led by the Director of Prosecution. This body is tasked with prosecuting cases under the Lokpal and Lokayuktas Act, 2013. The Director of Prosecution operates under the overall supervision of the CBI Director and is appointed by the central government based on the CVC's recommendations. For the appointment of officers ranked Superintendent of Police, SP, or higher in the CBI, a committee must also provide recommendations. This committee is made up of the Central Vigilance Commissioner, who acts as chairperson, the Vigilance Commissioners, the Secretary of the Home Ministry, and the Secretary of the Department of Personnel. In 2014, the Delhi Special Police Establishment Amendment Act made further amendments regarding the appointment of the CBI Director. If the Lok Sabha does not have a recognized leader of the opposition, the largest opposition party's leader will take that position in the committee for selecting the director. In 2021, another amendment extended the tenure of the CBI director. Originally, under the CVC Act, a director was appointed for a fixed period of 2 years. However, the amendment allows the central government to extend this tenure up to 5 years, with each extension lasting 1 year at a time. Importantly, no further extension can be granted once the total tenure reaches 5 years, which includes the initial 2 years. Therefore, a director could potentially serve an extended term through 3 annual renewals. These extensions must also be in the public interest, recommended by the original appointment committee, and justified in writing. The legal framework for the CBI's operations and its leadership is primarily governed by the CVC Act, the Prevention of Corruption Act, and the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act. These laws ensure that the CBI remains an independent and efficient investigative agency in India, tasked with maintaining law and order and addressing issues of corruption and other serious crimes. Functions of the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI. The Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, plays a crucial role in maintaining law and order in India. As a multifaceted investigation agency under the Government of India, it handles various critical functions related to crime and corruption. One of the primary responsibilities of the CBI is to investigate cases of corruption, bribery, and misconduct among central government employees. This function is essential to uphold integrity and accountability in public service. The agency ensures that those who misuse their power or engage in corrupt activities are brought to justice. In addition to corruption cases, the CBI investigates violations of fiscal and economic laws. This includes breaches related to import and export regulations, customs duties, income tax laws, and foreign exchange rules. However, it's important to note that these investigations are typically conducted after consulting with or at the request of the relevant department. This ensures that the investigations are coordinated effectively with the agencies involved, conforming to principles laid out in various laws under the Indian Constitution. Another significant function of the CBI is to look into serious crimes that have both national and international implications. These may involve organized gangs or professional criminals who engage in activities like human trafficking or smuggling. By focusing on high-profile cases, the CBI helps maintain broader national security. The CBI also plays a vital role in coordinating the efforts of different anti-corruption agencies and the various state police forces. This collaboration enhances the effectiveness of law enforcement and ensures a unified approach to tackling corruption across India. Moreover, the CBI can take up cases of public interest at the request of state governments. This flexibility allows the agency to focus on significant issues that may affect the public and requires thorough investigation. The agency, therefore, serves as a pillar of support for state governments in matters of serious concern. The CBI is responsible for maintaining records of crime statistics and sharing relevant criminal information. By keeping comprehensive records, the agency can help identify trends and patterns in crime, making it easier for law enforcement to strategize effectively. The CBI's jurisdiction primarily targets offences committed by central government employees and public sector undertakings, as well as cases referred to it by state governments or higher judicial authorities, such as the Supreme Court and High Courts. This structured approach is in line with various articles of the Constitution of India that guide the functioning of investigative authorities and define their powers. Furthermore, the CBI operates as the National Central Bureau of Interpol in India. This means that it manages requests for investigations that come from both Indian law enforcement agencies and Interpol member countries. This international collaboration is critical in tackling transnational crime and ensuring that criminal elements do not find safe havens across borders. In summary, the CBI is a vital institution in India, working tirelessly to combat corruption and serious crimes while coordinating efforts with various law enforcement agencies. Its comprehensive role not only helps uphold the law but also protects the values enshrined in the Indian Constitution, ensuring a fair and just society. The Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, plays a crucial role in investigating corruption and various offences in India. Generally, for the CBI to investigate any wrongdoing by high-ranking officials in the government, specifically those at the Joint Secretary level and above, they must first get approval from the central government. This means that before the CBI can even begin looking into a case involving these senior bureaucrats, they need permission from higher authorities, adding a layer of complexity to the investigation process. However, a significant change occurred in 2014 when the Supreme Court ruled that this requirement for prior approval was no longer valid. The court assessed the situation under the lens of the Prevention of Corruption Act, which is aimed at combating corruption among public servants. They specifically looked at a section known as Section 6 of the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act, DSPE Act. This section was meant to protect senior officials by preventing the CBI from even starting an initial inquiry against them without government sanction. The Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court decided that this protection was unfair and violated Article 14 of the Indian Constitution, which guarantees equality before the law and prohibits discrimination. The Chief Justice of India, CJI, emphasized in the judgment that corruption harms the nation and that it is essential to hold all public servants accountable, regardless of their rank. The judgment stressed that just because someone holds a higher position does not mean they should be exempt from being investigated for potential wrongdoings. The Supreme Court's decision established that everyone is equal under the law, meaning that any officer, no matter how senior, can be subjected to investigation if there are allegations of corruption. The ruling reflects a commitment to fighting corruption and ensuring that those in power are held to the same standards as everyone else. This ruling is backed by the Indian Constitution, specifically Article 14, which ensures equality before the law. Additionally, the Prevention of Corruption Act, enacted in 1988, serves as the legislative framework for investigating and prosecuting corruption cases involving public officials. This act highlights the government's stance on corruption and provides mechanisms to deal with such offences, ensuring that all citizens, including public servants, are treated equally when it comes to the law. In summary, the CBI's authority to investigate senior officials without needing prior permission from the government is a positive step towards transparency and accountability in Indian governance. It underscores the core values of justice and equality enshrined in the Constitution, ensuring that those in power are not above the law. CBI versus State Police, understanding their roles. In India, the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, plays a crucial role in the country's law enforcement landscape, particularly through its specific branch, the Delhi Special Police Establishment, DSPE. The DSPE operates alongside state police forces, serving a supportive role to address different types of crimes and investigations. The Delhi Special Police Establishment was established under the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act of 1946. This law gives the DSPE the authority to investigate and prosecute certain offences, which is similar to the powers held by state police forces. However, to prevent conflicts and confusion between the two agencies, there are clear guidelines about which agency handles what types of cases. The DSPE is primarily responsible for investigating cases that significantly involve the affairs or employees of the central government. This means that if a crime involves central government employees or issues that are mainly related to the central government, the DSPE will take charge, no matter if there are also state government elements in the case. On the other hand, state police forces are tasked with handling cases that mainly focus on the affairs of the state government. Even if a case has links to the central government, if it is primarily about state issues or its employees, the state police will take the lead in the investigation. Additionally, the DSPE also has jurisdiction over cases involving public sector undertakings or government bodies that are established and funded by the central government. This ensures that all significant matters relating to federal agencies are handled properly and efficiently. The need for such distinctions is vital for maintaining a balanced and effective law enforcement system in India. Articles of the Indian Constitution related to this division of responsibilities include Article 246, which deals with the subject matter of laws made by Parliament and by the legislatures of states, ensuring that there is clarity in jurisdiction among state and central authorities. Moreover, it creates a legal framework under which both the CBI and state forces can operate without confusion, ultimately leading to a more organized approach to crime fighting in the country. In summary, while both the CBI, through the DSPE, and state police forces have complementary roles, the guidelines set by the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act ensure that each agency focuses on their domain of expertise. This structure helps in reducing overlaps and ensuring a more efficient investigation process in India's diverse and complex legal landscape.